the 5 pros and 3 cons of being handsome. If you're any kind of handsome, you definitely affirm a lot of the things that I'm talking about. And you may have some extra things to add in the comment section while you're watching this video. Without further ado, let's get to it. So, the first pro of being a handsome man is you get more women. It's really that simple. Like, you're gonna get more hoes. Why? Because you're handsome. Take advantage of that. What do you think about that first point, bro?
Definitely, you're gonna get a lot of attention. Some wanted, some unwanted. You feel me?
Yes. Yes. And as a matter of fact, that just gave me an idea to add something extra to the con list. But we'll talk about that when we get on. Let's move on to number 2, the pros of being handsome. Handsome men get away with being offensive more than less attractive men. For example, you could be ugly, and when a woman's walking by, you could say, damn, that ass fat. Or you could be like, you a fine motherfucker. Or you be like, yo, you a bad bitch. You're ugly. She gonna be like, she gonna get the ick, right? You might get cursed out, you might get slapped, you might get a restraining order. But picture Chris Brown or Trey Songz or someone like that saying the same exact thing to the same exact girl. It then becomes flirting. The way she responds is now, oh, you're brave, ain't you? You know what I mean? Shit like that. So when you're a handsome man, you get to take more risks. What do you think of that, bro?
Yeah, that's a fact. You feel me? When you handsome, women a little bit more lenient and more understanding towards you. You might offend them at first, but if you know how to talk, feel me, you might get them out the offensive state that they in, you feel me? That's a little harder if you less attractive, you feel me?
And I also want to add on to that by saying, handsome men get away with calling women bitch way more than men who are not attractive. I get away with calling every woman I want a bitch. Every woman I want. Like, bitch is one of my favorite words. Like, I be getting that shit off. Most women, I be letting it fly and they just let me do it. And I personally, I'm at the point where I feel like she don't even like me that much if she'll let me call her bitch. At least on occasion. And I don't mean like I'm degrading her all the time calling her bitch. I mean like, if I refer to her as my bitch, if I'm like, bitch, stop playing. Or if I'm talking to her, I'm like, y'all bitches is crazy. Shit like that. When you're not attractive, you can't get that off. But when you are attractive, you can get that shit off. Moving on to number 3 of the pros of being handsome. You become one of the few men who know what it feels like to truly be desired by a woman. What are your thoughts on that, my brother?
Yeah, of course. Feel me? So it's just like, some women really, it's crazy. Some women really have nothing exciting going in their life, respectfully, besides work or whatever the case may be. But when they get locked in with a handsome nigga, they fake become obsessed with that nigga. So that's really what I'm saying, you feel me? Just because a bitch is bad, that don't mean her life is exciting. Y'all gotta get that out your head. So when it's a nigga that's really handsome, whether he's popping or he's not popping, and he know how to talk and he can lock her in on an emotional level, she become obsessed with that man.
I'm gonna add on to that some examples. If you're not handsome, you don't know what it feels like for a girl to blow up the phone. You don't know what it feels like for a woman to be mad at you because you don't feel like fucking right now. When you're not handsome, you don't know what it feels like to just be chilling and a woman is around you, she can't keep her hands off you, she rub you on your back, right? I got a bald head. I love when a bitch feel on my bald head. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Or it'd be like playing with your ear, shit like that, right? Like shit that women only do to men they are attracted to. Prostitutes whose job is to finesse a man and make a man really feel like she like him, they not gonna do that extra thing on your bald head and play with your ear and rub on your back and all of that. Bitch will charge you extra for a back rub. You know what I mean? Like, so when you're handsome, you really know what it feels like to really be desired by a bitch. Moving on to number 4, right? Of the 5 pros and 4 cons of being handsome. Not all women, but the women who notice you, who are attracted to you, look at you in a way that most men never experience. There's just certain looks that you get from a woman that make you feel the energy between you, that make you feel, yeah, this woman is really into you. When you out in public and you don't know a woman, and a woman is seeing you for the first time, she looks at you in a way where if you're not a handsome man, you don't really understand, right? Like, but it's that look.
I mean, you could feel it more on a spiritual level. You feel it more on an energetic level, you feel me? And I was also going to add, because, feel me, you hitting some spots. I was going to say that when you handsome, not only when you handsome, when you know how to talk and you handsome, you could get a woman to break character a lot easier. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that when women start dating or they start, feel me, doing their thing, feel me, they go to other women for advice. Now, if you've been with a lot of women, you know a lot of women is unorganized with how they do stuff. They are very impulsive, respectfully though.
Yeah.
So basically, she would try to put on this facade for all these other men. But if you a handsome nigga that know how to talk, you could easily break her out that character. So my favorite line is, yeah, you fucked, but you never got her to break character. So bitches will fuck a nigga just because if they're in an emotional state, whether it's a breakup, whether it's they fresh out of school or they fresh into school and they just want to, feel me, get they bodies up and all that. So a lot of, it's just like us when we was young and we was just start fucking. Now all of them was 10s. You feel me? So basically, what I'm trying to say is that when you handsome, you could get her to break that character that she's trying to perceive and get her to be her real self.
If you catch eye contact with a woman in any public area and she don't know you, you catch eye contact with her more than once, definitely more than twice. She looks you up and down. She feeling you. She wants dick. It's really that simple. But also, you definitely feel it. You can feel it when, on an energetic level, when she's not around you, or maybe you didn't notice her yet. Where you could be a handsome guy on the train somewhere, or you could be at school or something, and you feel like somebody's looking at you. Like your spidey senses is tingling. And then you happen to turn in the direction of a woman that's looking you right in your fucking face. Right in your face. They stare, but they don't stare in the way of a guy. Like, they'll stare. It'll be like a split second thing, and then they'll look away. Look around. Whether most guys are thirsty. So they'll just keep looking on like some thirsty creepo shit. But here's the thing. When you're handsome, it's not even creepy to them. It's, oh, he must really like me. You know what I mean? But moving on to number 5, right? Of the 5 pros and 4 cons of being handsome, before we get into the cons, right? Women compliment you on a regular basis. This leads to a higher sense of self-worth and confidence in all other areas of your life, right? You're not handsome because you say you're handsome. You're not handsome because you feel handsome. No man or young boy grows up knowing he's handsome until he is told this repeatedly, right? By people other than the women in his family, right? Because if you ugly and you look like your mother, or you ugly and you look like your father, your parents is gonna call you handsome anyway. Your mother gonna call you handsome anyway, right? Because to your mother, you are handsome, right? But when you get out your shell, and when you're in school, or you at work, or you moving around, when women who you never seen before in your life, they're around you, and they say things like, I've had compliments like, you got nice teeth, you got pretty teeth. I like your eyelashes. Do you get your eyebrows tweezed? No, bitch, I just look good. No, or bitches be like, you got nice lips. Things like that. Or because I'm a bald man. They say things like, I'm not even in the baldness. I feel like, I know. You into this bald nigga though. But you get called handsome in many different ways. You're a handsome man. And that's something that only handsome men experience. What do you say about that, bro?
Yeah, that's a fact. And then, like, you know, like I said, a lot of women don't really have, their game is not as pristine as ours. So they'll say like some indirect direction. So this girl, the other day, she was like, and I heard this more than once, oh, you look like someone I talk to. I also talk to him. What you saying? You feel me?
That's a subtle way. That's a subtle way of the bitch telling you that you're her type. They do things like that. They'll, just like with me, they'll say things like, oh, you look like such and such. And it'll be like a celebrity or somebody that they think is attractive. I'm going to add another pro to this. Being handsome and a girl really likes you, you're going to spend money on you. And that's what I'm always saying is one of the surefire ways to know that a woman is really into you. No woman ever has to spend a dime, a penny towards anything she does. None. Pussy is like a handshake. It's a transaction. They'd be like, okay, you did this for me, so I'm a fuck. You did this for me, so I'm gonna do a little bit of that. Or they feel like they owe you, so they do. But when she really like you, she'll open up that fucking wallet. So another way to know if you was handsome, if a woman never spent money on you or offered to do something for you financially without you asking, you're ugly. You're ugly. But there's ways to look max and you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Step up your attraction level. Me and my boy, we'll divulge on some of them things, some of these things y'all may have heard before. But we gonna give it to y'all in our New York nigga type of way in the future. So y'all can just wait on that.